Welcome everyone, I'm Dr. Cija Ebeling and welcome to tonight's live past life talk with me, Dr. Cija Ebeling. I'm just going to wait until more people join in before we actually start this live session. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching the replay from March 30th, 2020. Tonight's session, we're actually going to actually listen to a past life that I did a couple years ago. It's an interplanetary lifetime, so a life on another planet. And if that interests you, stay tuned because we'll be playing it here, in the next little while. It's about a 20-minute clip. So hopefully you have time to listen for that. Don't worry if you have to scoot out because it'll be on the replay tomorrow on YouTube on my channel. So don't worry if you have to leave early, but this clip that we're going to listen to a little bit later on is going to be about 20 minutes long. Welcome everyone who's joining in. Thank you so much. Hey Holly. Glad to have you join in tonight. We're going to listen to an interplanetary lifetime, a session that I did. Hi Mariah, a session that I did a couple years ago. There is a cuss word in it, so hopefully you guys can handle that. It actually goes pretty well with the session. Hopefully the audio on this session is better than last week's. We will have to wait and see. But I'm excited for tonight's session too. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them for you before we begin listening to the interplanetary lifetime. I've been really busy this week doing Zoom sessions and also sessions in my office. And next week is busy too, so I'm very happy about that. It's keeping me on my toes. Thank you guys for all the likes. I really love seeing the hearts flying around. Appreciate you guys for being here and wanting to learn more. Hopefully you were as curious as I was when I first started doing past life regression. That's actually, I started remembering mine, and so that's what actually initially got me started into becoming a past life regressionist. And there are a couple past life regressionists here in the chat as well. They may be unaware of it, but I know who they are. And I'm excited to maybe work with them in the future and do some fun things with them. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and I'll answer those before we actually begin listening to the audio. If you're new to my lives, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to be listening to Interplanetary Lifetime from a session that I did a couple years ago with a client, and I did receive permission, so thank you for the roses, Mariah. Appreciate you. I always ask permission before I share, and this is just a small clip or 20-minute clip out of her session. I thought it was really interesting, especially because it's nothing like you would experience here on this planet. So yes, you see my grotto gong, of course. I do sound baths and I got too lazy to take it home with me, so I have it in my office kind of ready for the next sound bath that I do here in my office space. Yeah, Grotto Sonora, you must be a fan. Well, I'm so glad you're here. And you probably know the amazing sound that it makes if you're a gong therapist. I do not just gong, but I do a complete sound bath once a month. Usually I do it here in my, I usually do it here in my office space, but I also get hired by local yoga studios to do their retreats, sound bath. But definitely, I'm glad you know your gongs because we love it. Definitely puts you right into the theta brainwave state. So, all right. Well, there's about 16 in the room right now in the live. So I'm going to go ahead and start the audio for the interplanetary lifetime, and that would be awesome Sunday. Grateful for all of you joining in. I recommend, if you have some, to put some headphones on. Last week's was really difficult to hear because it was very low in the audio. Plus, I had so many cars driving by during the whole thing. So, if you are interested in listening to the Mermaid Lifetime or the Sasquatch Lifetime, they're on my YouTube channel, and you can certainly tap in and listen to those at any time. So, without further ado, go ahead and sit back, relax. I'm going to play the audio for you. Enjoy. Maybe not. I have to reload it, apparently. Give me 1 second. Being live, these things kind of happen. Let's see. All right, let me find the spot. Starts at 36 minutes in. Let's try here. So kick back, relax. Is your house wheelchairs? I'm not sure. Let's see. Got a question in the chat. My house wheelchair accessible? No, I don't usually do these in my home, so unfortunately, no. But my office is, if you're out in Colorado.
Connect.
Here's the session.
It's like a safety point. Okay, we're ready now.
Good. You guys hear it?
What do you decide to do next? Let's go find out. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Where are we now? We're carefree. Very young. And somewhere outside. It's beautiful. I love the hot weather. Where is this place? Somewhere with sand and trees. Is this Earth? I don't know. Just take a moment to observe your surroundings. Just take it all in and then take a look at yourself. See what you look like. What do you feel like? I feel powerful. I don't see anything though. Take a look down and see if you have feet. I do. What do they look like? Like feet? Like male or female? Female. Okay. So where are we? Do you recognize this place? I've never been here. Okay. How did you get there? I was born here. It feels... I don't know, everything feels different. I don't... Nothing feels like anything I'm used to. Do you feel like this is a different world? I think it is. Do you still look humanoid or something different? I do look humanoid. Okay. What color is your skin? It's very pale. Okay. What about your hair? I don't really have hair. Okay. What about your eyes? I don't know. I'm having a hard time looking at myself. Okay. Let's go explore the landscape then. Take a break for a moment. Just walk around. See anything that strikes your memory.
I keep seeing like different trees. Like they're not palm trees, but they are palm trees.
What about their coloring? Are they the same as Earth?
They're like a... Yeah.
Just take it in. Is there anyone else there with you?
No, I don't see anybody right now.
Okay. Besides the trees and the rest of the landscape, is there any buildings or any structures that you might see?
No, there's like huts. Like there's not like stone buildings. I don't know, it's really hard for me to dip into this life.
Because it's unfamiliar to you.
It's so unfamiliar.
You want to keep exploring it?
Yeah.
Good. Well, let's go home. Wherever that is in this lifetime that we're visiting now in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 at home. Describe your surroundings to the best of your ability.
It's like, there's like water running through constantly. Like it's, like I have like some type of wheel thing and like a water wheel.
Okay.
My house is like on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it brings me fresh water. And then I have like a little stream that goes through my main living area. There's always fresh water. Some rocks. The sand is not small sand, but not. It's like in between. It's like a maroonish color. It's really pretty.
Okay.
And then I have like leaves down, like a stone. Like the leaves go around everything, and then I've made like a stone sitting area. I've carved everything.
Is this comfortable for you?
It's very comfortable.
Good. Is there anyone else there?
I don't see anybody else.
Just walk around the home and see what else you can see. What other kind of furnishings that might be there?
Like drinking things, eating stuff.
What do you eat?
I eat fish.
Okay. Does a fish come through the stream through your house?
Yeah, it does actually.
How easy is that?
Oh, amazing. How smart. Wow.
What else?
There's no like separate, everything's all kind of one area.
Okay.
I like to study. I study things. I don't know how to write, but I know how to I do textures. Like I test plants and what they do. And how they... I guess I'm like a scientist.
Do you feel a certain age?
I feel older. I feel old. Like I feel ancient.
Good. So besides studying the plants and doing the research and science behind it, what else do you do? Do you do anything for fun?
I climb trees. I build these, I help other villagers build these little river things through their house.
Is this something of your own
It's
invention?
my own design.
Good.
And it helps them get fresh water and fresh food. And I teach them how to grow their own stuff.
Do they look like you?
Yeah, I feel like I'm some weird human hybrid.
Okay. What is your skin like? What kind of texture is it?
It's coarse. It's like when you have really dry skin. I don't know. Like the bumps that you get when you have really dry skin. All my skin feels like that.
Is this the way everyone feels usually? Natural? Okay.
It's like weird bumpy skin. Like a protective layer.
Does anyone have hair?
I don't see any hair.
If you could describe what the eyes look like, how would you describe that?
It's circular. Like not big or anything, but very round.
Larger than a human or?
Not much, so
Okay.
like not quite like anime, like cartoon thing.
How do you breathe?
Our nose. We
Okay.
have a respiratory system.
Okay, good. Good job. Is there any clothing? Anything that you shelter your skin with?
Yeah, I feel like it's something that's made from a local tree or something. Like it's shredded off.
Okay. Does everybody wear the same stuff or is it different?
Some people are better at making it, so and there's a local like dye and stuff like that. I feel like it's a bartering thing.
Okay.
I just wear like a basic frock.
Do you feel masculine or feminine?
Definitely feminine.
Okay, good.
I'm just very fucking smart.
Do you have a family?
I think I did. I don't know, I think they just grown and left.
Okay. Do you have any significant other at the moment?
I don't think so.
Okay. How are you feeling?
I feel great.
Good. What about your health? How are you doing there?
Oh, I'm great.
Good. How long do you usually typically live for in that type of lifetime?
I don't know. I feel like I'm like old, like ancient. Like I feel like I'm hundreds of years old though.
Good. It's pretty typical.
I feel like I've taught these villagers how I like teach people how to live and then I move on.
Okay. Good. What else can you tell me about that lifetime?
Thought it was fun. I really want a river going through my house.
Fish included?
Yeah.
You can always incorporate those memories into this lifetime, you know. This is what one of the best things about past life regression is we can always call those memories forward to help us in our current life situation. Like with herbalism. I've brought that forward in this lifetime as well. And you've probably brought some forward as well. The nature, loving nature and being outdoors and plants and trees.
It's always the trees. I feel like that realm is a mutual one.
What do you mean by that?
I think you've been there too. Because I feel like it's very harmonious there. And that there's a mutual connection on there. Not that you were there at the same time, but I feel like you've been there. It's very otherworldly.
Does this feel like it's in the same universe as the Earth or something different?
Oh, it's different.
Okay. Do we have any other planets outside this one?
We have several.
Describe the skies for me. What do you see when you look out?
I always want to say blue, but it looks green. Like a teal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's teal. A lot of stars. Stars show through the teal. It's very cool. The sun's closer.
Okay.
Now, this is the same planet. I went back to the same planet. I really like that planet.
You can keep exploring if you like. Do they have any moons?
2. They're not close, though, to each other.
Does everybody get along on that planet, or is it different than...
I think it's just beginning.
Okay, good. Were we planted there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very passive right now because people are learning.
You said it was harmonious. Does everybody work together?
Bartering. There's no coin. It's not civilized, though, because it's not civilized, and it's not, like, there's no cities. I don't know. Really like it here.
Do you have a name for that place?
That's what I'm trying to find it. I
Just
don't
your
know if
first
it
impression.
has a name. God?
Okay.
Or is that my village? No, because I don't have a village. God.
Okay. So the other residents there that you're teaching how to live sufficiently, or they have an even number of men to female ratio? Are there any younger or children?
Yeah, there's a lot of kids. They're definitely trying to expand.
Okay.
Like trying to make fertile living environments. Like the gardens in front of the little homes have, they're like steps. Like, I don't know how to, like levels. And some are higher than others.
Like tiers?
Yeah, that's the word. And like some, like, as the mud goes up on some, they look like mountains and they grow different stuff. the water and the fish to grow the plants.
Okay. Sometimes a fish uses fertilizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's what the crops they grow, and it looks like it's some tubers and some reed plants, but there's also some type of seeds. These seeds, like pot plants, that's what they're called.
Mm-hmm. Are these things that you brought with you?
I think they're natural.
Okay, good.
Just learned how to cultivate.
Okay. What else can you tell me about this place?
I can tell you that it's, I don't know, I just keep coming back to young and learning and fresh, and I don't even know, like, how far I got in civilization or if it stayed that way.
Let's move it forward a little bit and see what happens next then. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward into the future in that same lifetime. How are things looking now?
It's like the city, I guess it would be a city, but it's still like each house is set up the same, so it's like a city grid of houses on rivers. It almost looks like they planted this city on top of a river.
Okay.
It's actually super pretty. They've expanded their knowledge, and then they have like a city square. It's like it's commerce, but there's still no. The entire civilization is just built on bartering.
It's pretty fair.
Yeah, it's. I feel like all gifts are welcome, and nobody's like really blessed them.
Kind of everybody contributes.
Yeah, but everybody contributes. Nobody does not.
Good. What about the children?
I feel like the children are raised, like they're allowed to be kids, and then they have to start working into like an internship. What is it? You foster someone else's kids so they can learn your trade, so everything keeps moving around.
Good. Can you tell about what age that starts?
8.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I want to live here.
You are. Let's enjoy it for a moment. See what else happens. You continue teaching how to grow things and...
I have to.
Okay, good.
I don't really, I feel like the older people become a council,
Okay.
and they just teach.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to do it physically anymore.
Are you part of that now?
I am part of the council.
Good. What do they call you?
Counselor? I think I am the council.
Do they have a name for you besides that? Your physical name?
Understand the language.
Okay. Not a problem. Let's go ahead and fast forward a bit to another significant event in that lifetime. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What's going on now?
I think I'm dying.
Okay. If you could put an age on you, what would it be?
Like 350, 340, 40 something.
Good. What are you dying from? What's going on with you?
It's a long life. Old age. think I've done everything I meant to do. I'm allowed to go on now.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead and take your last deep breath in and release, allowing the soul to step out of the body. And where do you go from there?
My tree.
Of course. Do you have a name?
Okay, so we have just heard an interplanetary lifetime. This is actually from December 9th, 2020. I know Brandon was asking in the chat there. So I know this is one of the ones that are a bit mind-blowing. She was having difficulty recognizing her name because the language at that time versus then thinking about it in the earth or the human mind, she said it was kind of unpronounceable. They couldn't understand that language now that she's in a different lifetime. So that happens quite a bit. I do try to get names if I can, but more or less it's about the journey and remembering and just pulling out whatever we can, pulling the wisdom forward and correcting any patterns that we don't want to continue in this lifetime. And yeah, that's really basically what past life regression is, and it's for healing, you know. When we realize the patterns that we're living and we're able to change that in this lifetime, that's a major healing going on right there. Calling forward wisdom. Like I was saying in the session, I remembered a past life that I had as an herbalist, and I've pulled that wisdom forward in this lifetime, and this is part of what I do here in my practice. I create my own herbal pain salves, the topical salves, for my community and my clinical hypnotherapy clients. It's so important to do that, or to do that too. Yes. Healing is my cup of tea, and most of you in here listening to this type of session or this type of work are more than likely healers yourselves. If this attracts you, you have definitely been here a few times. New souls usually have no clue about what past life regression is, or have any desire to know about it. So appreciate you guys for listening in on this session. Like I said, it was back in December of 2020 when things were starting to kind of open up again. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Just want to thank everybody for joining in and listening in. If you came in after it has started, no worries. I'm going to upload this to my YouTube channel. You can catch it there, the whole session. It's your first time watching. I know. I'm glad you caught me too. Thank you. Your first time here and you didn't know anything about this, well, if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them. So Spiritual Sunflower, appreciate your interaction, Spiritual Sunflower, and all the likes. So if you have any questions about past life regression, the person that's joining first time here and didn't know anything about this, obviously you were here for a reason. I don't know if the live title captured your attention or how you happened in here, but I am so glad you are here and joining in the session. So, and Holly, yes, we had a past life regression this week. It was absolutely amazing. A lot of historical facts and information coming through on that lifetime. I don't want to, this is your personal information. I'm not going to share it if you don't want me to, but definitely blew my mind on a lot of different things that came up in that session. So I appreciate you guys for your feedback. Yeah, okay, so Holly did a past life regression with me earlier this week, and we hit on a lifetime that she had as, I want to say, I took the notes here, Patrick Dillon. But when we looked at the ship manifest, because it was from the Titanic, she worked in the boiler room as Patrick Dillon, and they called her Patty. But when we looked up the ship manifest of their survivors, because she did survive the Titanic, or he survived their Titanic, and his name was actually Thomas Patrick Dillon, but in the result, I mean, when I went and researched it later, it was so spot on, and I was just blown away myself. A lot of these sessions that I do just really help educate me and know how to basically ask questions the next time I have someone with a similar lifetime. So if you want to share more information, Holly, you can certainly put it in the chat, and I will be happy to talk about it too. It helped you so much with this lifetime. I am so happy to hear that, because that's what it is. You know, we learn things about ourselves, and when we bring it forward, we can heal it, we can let things go. Forgiveness, you don't have to carry that weight anymore. I know there was a lot of release for that lifetime too, so forgiveness for sure, absolutely. Not having to carry the guilt or the shame from that lifetime because you knew the truth behind the Titanic story. Yes, that was, I definitely resonated with that one because I was there too. I know I'm doing a past life regression with Mariah here coming up on the 30th. I'm excited about that too, so I hope Holly gets to sit on yours. I don't know how you're going to set that up, but anyone that ever comes in for a past life regression in my office, I allow people to sit on the sessions if they want. I've had parents sit in with their children doing sessions, because last year in January, I had a lot of teenagers coming in for past life regression, and it was mind-blowing. These parents were just, their jaws were on the floor, and I'm watching them try not to react to their reaction to what comes out of their child's mouth. You know, it was actually the third wave is here. If you are a fan of Dolores Cannon and her work, the third wave is definitely here, and they're making their way into our experiences. They may come in as your children. So I appreciate all the likes, I appreciate all the gifts and stuff. Those were kind of fun to watch coming up on the screen. The butterflies, the hearts, I really appreciate those. I don't know a whole lot about those, but I appreciate all of them. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Let's see, it's 7:37. I still have about a little over 20 minutes to go on this live session. Or I know this is kind of spur of the moment or last minute. I'm not sure if I can add someone in my live or not. Let me see. So third wave of volunteers. So if you are familiar with Dolores Cannon's work, she wrote a book called The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. So there are different tiers of people coming in. First wave really being the flower children, the 60s, 70s coming in, setting the pace for the new age coming in. And then children of those coming in, the indigo children, the star seeds, waking up. The great awakening happening right now is waking up. And the second wave is remembering who they are and what they've come to do. And that's basically to help, a light worker. If you've not heard the term light worker, this is when you shine your light to help ignite it in others. And it's your favorite book, Mariah. It's one of mine too. I basically go in there once in a while and update myself on it because I read it so many years ago. I don't remember everything in the book, but definitely I'm part of the second wave, the teenagers and the children coming in, and you'll recognize the third wave because these children are gonna come in remembering who they've been. And you may have a child that already knows this and talks about their other mom from their other life or how they passed away. How do I identify which wave you were part of? Typically, So back in the 60s, 70s, when the flower children and the hippies and the peace movement, anarchy, you know, this was the first wave coming in. They were the ones basically starting to wake up. And second wave, indigo children, there's really not a timeline for the second wave. If you consider yourself a healer or a light worker, more than likely you're part of the second wave. Third wave are the new children coming in that basically they, like when an animal gives birth to, like a horse or a cow, usually within minutes of being born, a cow or a calf will just get up and start walking around. Well, you're going to see this with the new children, the third wave coming in. They're going to remember how to do these things. They're going to remember how to feed themselves. They're going to know how to communicate. So that's already started. They're already coming in. You'll probably hear, actually the news probably won't want to air that, but they're coming in. And so as far as age range, if you consider yourself a starseed or an indigo child, light worker, healer, this is the second wave. But if you really want to know more information, more in-depth information about the three waves of volunteers and the New Earth, definitely check out that book by Dolores Cannon. It is on Amazon. You can find it on YouTube. I don't know if they have the full audio version, but you can definitely look up Dolores Cannon's work. She was a pioneer in this field of past life regression, especially doing past life regression with aliens. I've had like this interplanetary lifetime that I just played. That's a small portion of what Dolores Cannon would do. Dolores Cannon would actually tap in, and people that have been abducted by the different alien races are definitely had sessions with her. I'll go into that actually probably. I have a friend in town who has been abducted, and I really wanted to get with her to do a session with her. Have I read The Custodians? No, but I want to, because I know that was first before the Convoluted Universe series. So thanks for the reminder. I'll be doing my homework here. Let's see, my 3-year-old is very emotionally and mentally mature for his age. Does this align? Probably. Ask him, if he's 3 years old, what he remembers before this life. Just ask him. It'll probably surprise you. Usually by the age 7, society and schooling and everything is already conditioned your child, so they forget a lot of things. So when they're young like this, they really remember what it's like in other lifetimes. So ask them. Don't be afraid to ask your child. I'm looking for children to do past life regression with too, that remember other lifetimes. I'm excited to do this. So far I've only done, my youngest client has been, I think she was 9 or 10 at the time. And she still had some memories. Not a lot, because she's kind of a newer soul for Earth anyways. I remember, it's crazy what they say. Oh, that is amazing. You should write that down. My son says he is Bruno. How will we know if we're aligned with the New Earth? Well, where are your thoughts? A lot of time, well, your thoughts are frequency. They're an energy that you put out. So the closer to having the mindset of unconditional love, more than likely, I mean, if you're in this video with me right now, you've already made it. We're already in transition to the New Earth. And I resonate at a higher frequency. So if you're in my live, then you are also resonating with me. You're in alignment with my energy too. This is what brought you in tonight. So have no fear. Just keep thinking thoughts of love and harmony, becoming your greatest version, dropping judgment, forgiveness, all of the higher vibrational thoughts definitely will get you into the New Earth. I mean, you already are. It's not like a separate planet or anything. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. but I hope that answered your question. Even though I've been doing past life regression for 6 years, there's still so much that I don't know, but I can't wait to know. So the more I do these sessions, the more I learn as well. I do my own self-hypnosis to find out more information about who I've been, what I've done, and I can call that wisdom forward. Thank you, Brandon. Oh, goodness. Where does the new earth reside? Could you explain more? The reassures my healing. Okay. So the new earth is basically another dimension. That's each frequency is in a different dimension or timeline. Even though it looks the same, you won't know when you're switching. Actually, you do know when you're switching. If you pay attention to your thoughts and you get into that zone of thinking, and you ever have that moment where you don't remember, you're like driving down the road and you're like, oh my gosh, where am I? And you have no clue. This is you shifting dimensions, and your memory comes within a couple seconds of that transition into another dimension. And you're constantly going up and down through different timelines and dimensions based on your thoughts. So the more close to thoughts of love, the higher dimensions you'll experience. I wish I knew about my past lives. Yeah, you can. I do. I'm a past life regressionist, and I do Zoom calls. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to reach out. You can find information about me in my link in my bio, my email address. We can communicate that way if you'd like. Oh, that's so amazing. Thank you. Thanks, Brandon. That's my favorite part of your videos, is how you start them. It's very unique to you. And really, I do Zoom calls all the time, actually. Thank you, Mariah. So I do them in office and I do them on Zoom. That way I can help anyone all over the place. It's a little more difficult for me for international ones because of the time differences, but I can usually work something out. Thought you were just aging or spacing out. I have a different thought on aging, actually. I'm actually in Colorado in the United States, so I'm on Mountain Time Zone, but I usually can work through anyone's time zone. I gotta do some math in my head. That's not something that I like doing. Thank you for the butterflies. They're so pretty, which means transformation. So thank you for that. We're all transforming. They're so pretty. Appreciate you, Brennan. Let me just go back to the questions. Denise was asking, or saying that she just thought it was aging or spacing out. And like I was saying, age is, well, if you're in America, almost all of the commercials that you'll see are ads for aging and healthcare and pharmaceutical medications. Do I offer hypnosis for inner child healing? Yes, I do, because I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I really do. I believe that when we relate more to this earth, staying materialistic, we will be stuck in this earth. Versus if we think more spiritually, we'll be going. Yeah, absolutely. Not to say that. Depends on how you look at materialistic stuff. It's kind of on your upbringing. If you think money is a negative thing, or having all kinds of everything that you possibly want, that doesn't necessarily make you on a low vibration. It's how you think about it. So your thoughts, like I said, your thoughts will. Thank you, yay! Thanks, Brandon. Your thoughts will determine which dimension that you're existing in. So if you're thinking the victim mindset, you're gonna keep experiencing that until you change your mind. So think more love thoughts, you know, compliment people, tell people you love them, even strangers. Something that my family does, thanks again, is when we're feeling down or depressed, we'll go drive around town and yell I love you at people. And it immediately comes right back at you. Thank you. Comes right back at you. I love you too. Or we'll yell at them, you're amazing, you're awesome. And people just aren't expecting that, especially the homeless population. I love interacting with the homeless population. And the reason being is because 10 years ago, I was homeless with my kids. And look at what happened. You know, I started believing in myself. This is how I got to where I am now. And I didn't before. I expected someone to believe in me outside of myself. But when you start to believe in yourself for yourself, that changes the whole game of life and how you play it. That's actually a book by Florence Scovel-Shinn, I think. How to Play the Game of Life. Or don't quote me on that. I don't remember the exact name of the book, but it is an amazing book. Anything by Florence Scovel-Shinn. I don't know if I'm even saying her name right. Her work is amazing as well. A big influencer, but let's see, it's 10 or 9 minutes till the hour. Anyone else have any more questions for this live session? I just want to appreciate all of you for being here and just hanging out with me. I love being here. Thank you for all the likes and the roses and the caps and the butterflies and the swans and the hearts and the everything. Do our children shift with us, or is it independent? It depends on their own journey. And I know you probably don't want to hear this, but they will shift if they're in the same mindset of love. So if you don't think they're shifting, by shining your light, you're going to help ignite it in them. So unfortunately, not everybody's going to make the shift. And I know part of my family isn't going to make the shift, but I'm okay with that because I know they'll be back. This was something that we discussed in the life planning stage before coming in this incarnation. Let's see. You said the info to schedule with you it's in your... So if you click on my name at the top of the screen, it'll take you to my bio. And in there's a link tree. It has my email address and it has my website. I don't know if it has my phone number or not, but I have 2 different email addresses. I check them both. I should check daily, but sometimes I'm not always in my office every day. Let's see. These are always amazing. I miss them. I try to catch up on you. I'm glad. Yeah, that's why I put them on my YouTube in case, not everybody's available every Sunday. So, yeah, catch them on YouTube. How can you book an in-person session with you? You can, if you're local, you can reach me by email. My phone number is actually on my website. So you can text me or call me, and I will be happy to. I love doing in-person sessions. I am booked out this whole week, but I do have openings next week or whenever you're available, Let's see, everyone eventually goes to the... Yes. Oh, cool, Spiritual Sunflower, you're in Colorado. I'm in Colorado Springs. I don't know what part of Colorado you're in, but if you're willing to travel, I will make it so much fun for you. It'll be a relaxing experience, like a daydream. We'll dream together and journey together. Or I don't mind giving my phone number out because everybody else can text me too. I don't care. But it's a 7. Oh, you're in Pueblo. You don't have that far to drive. I'm in Fountain actually, so we're pretty close. pretty close. My address is on there. My phone number is there. Maybe I won't put it on YouTube, but I don't want my phone to be overloaded with calls, because my business phone is also my personal phone. So this is very beautiful. I'm happy you got here. I really want to experience mine. I want you to experience yours too. And I want to experience it with you. I would love to take you on the journey. You can certainly, like I said, you can find me. Find me on email, or just introduce how you met me, you know. Seen your live, I want to schedule a session. My sessions are actually probably a fraction of the cost of what normal past life regression sessions are. I think normally people charge like $350 for a session, but mine are just $160 for a 2-hour session. And it's fully interactive. I record it, so you can have a copy of it. You can visit anytime you want. You can listen to it. And you might have more memories come in as you listen to it. Thank you for sharing that beautiful experience with us. You're so welcome. You're so, so welcome. I hope to hear from you. I'd love to have you in the office and experience this. Appreciate you. Okay, so I have 5 minutes left. Is there any more questions that I can answer before I stop the live? Good. Yeah, I'm not too far from Pueblo at all. I mean, my office is in Widefield, but I actually live in Fountain. Widefield is part of Colorado Springs, so yeah, we're not too far. It'll be fun. You're amazing. Thanks for a beautiful ending to my day. Aw, thank you for joining in this week and catching it. And thank you for your session too, Holly. I really enjoyed taking you on the experience. And if you have any words of, you know, how yours went, how you felt about it, by all means, drop it in the comments so people can hear it from your side, your perspective, being the receiver of the past life regression. Thank you for all the likes. A couple minutes left. I know earlier, Holly, you said that your session with me actually changed your life. Thank you, Denise. You have an amazing week too. Appreciate you for stopping in. Appreciate you. Did I get your question? Let's see. Crazy Kit. I'm scrolling back. I don't know how far back the question was, but you can certainly ask it again if you don't mind. So Holly says her session was amazing. The day after her session, she got a lot of memories flooding in. Yes, that happens. That definitely happens. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great week too, Mariah. So Brandon, you asked a question, but I can't find it. So, do you do anything special to bring back the remembrance? How does it work? Well, hypnosis. Past life regression is just basically a hypnosis session. You lie back and relax, and if you didn't check out my YouTube video, I did a general past life regression, and it's on my YouTube channel. If you scroll back a few weeks of sessions, you can find the past life regression where you can experience it. Basically, you do an induction, get the person to relax. It's her voice. And then I just start calling up recent memories from this life, and then we just start regressing backwards. But I usually will do a depth test, a depth test is to find out what level of relaxation you are. So what we're wanting to do is to slow down the brainwave state. So your waking moments are in the beta brainwave state. And then as you begin to relax, you hit the alpha and the theta brainwaves that slows it down. And that is when your conscious mind, the mind, the ego mind that judges everything coming in, it steps aside so you can access your subconscious. And that is where your memories are stored. From every life experience you've ever had, it's stored in the Akashic records in the subconscious. I hope that answers your question. I know it's kind of lengthy. But if you're curious more, go on my YouTube channel and experience the past life regression that I did. It's just a general session. It's not an interactive session, but when you're in my office or doing a Zoom call with me, it's interactive. I ask the questions and you answer the questions, and it's recorded so you can tap in at any time to reflect on those memories and call forward more memories. She's good at this. I'm a different person. Oh, thank you, Holly, for saying that. That really makes my night. I appreciate that. I'm going home with that. All right, so it is the top of the hour, and I'm going to close the session. I hope to see you next Sunday, same time. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do next week. I'll talk about past lives. I might find another past life regression to share. Oh, the burden you've been carrying around has been lifted. Good. Good, good, good. I know, that's heavy. Let it go. Take it off your shoulders, man. It's not worth carrying around and creating health issues. So appreciate all of you. Love you guys. I will see you next week right here.